In the news tonight, the Cabinet holds its 10th regional session in Jarash as part of the ongoing efforts to strengthen local governance and development planning. Foreign Minister Ayman al-Safadi and his Turkish counterpart stressed the need to solidify the ceasefire in Syria's Suwaida governorate. Jordan delivers fresh bread to hundreds of displaced families in the Al-Mawasi area of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza. Good evening. The Cabinet held its 10th regional session in Jarash as part of ongoing efforts to strengthen local governance and advance development planning across governorates. During the session, Prime Minister Jafar Hassan warned against favoritism and emphasized that addressing unemployment must not come at the expense of municipalities' sustainability or service delivery. On Gaza, Hassan reaffirmed Jordan's continued humanitarian efforts despite persistent challenges. Regarding Syria, he highlighted Jordan's active diplomatic engagement and noted improving stability along the Al-Suwaida border. The government has been holding monthly governorate-level meetings under a decentralization initiative launched by Prime Minister Hassan, aimed at enhancing regional decision-making and better addressing local needs. Foreign Minister Ayman al-Safadi and his Turkish counterpart Hakan Fidan stressed the need to strengthen the ceasefire in Syria's southern Suwaida governorate in a manner that upholds state sovereignty, safety and security of civilians. In a phone call, the two ministers firmly rejected and condemned Israeli interference in Syrian affairs, denouncing it as a blatant violation of international law. Safadi and Fidan also discussed the outcomes of the meetings hosted by Jordan on Saturday, which included bilateral talks between the Jordanian and Syrian ministers and trilateral discussions with U.S. Ambassador to Turkey and U.S. Special Envoy for Syria, Thomas Barraker. Jordan's ambassador to the Arab League, Amjad Adaile, chaired an emergency session convened by Palestine to address the crisis in the Palestinian territories and Gaza. In his address, Adaile strongly rejected Israel's decision to revoke Hebron's authority over the Ibrahimi Mosque and its surrounding. He described the move as a direct attack on Arab and Islamic identity and a clear violation of international law. The ambassador affirmed that Israel has no legal right to any occupied Palestinian land, and its actions are completely illegitimate. He urged the international community to take immediate action and pressure Israel to halt its violations. On Gaza, Adaile condemned Israel's starvation policies, stating they rendered the Strip in ruins and unfit for life. He described the scenes of famine and destruction as stain on humanity's conscience. Adaile welcomed a joint statement issued by 25 nations calling for an end to Israel's war and rejecting forced displacement. On Gaza, Adaile condemned Israel's starvation policies, stating they rendered the Strip in ruins and unfit for life. The Jordanian campaign, in partnership with the Jordan Hashemite Charity Organization, delivered fresh bread to hundreds of displaced families in Al-Mawasi area of Khan Yunis in southern Gaza. This initiative is part of ongoing efforts to meet urgent daily needs amid the worsening humanitarian crisis. Distribution was carried out directly to displaced families who continue to face severe challenges accessing basic food supplies due to the ongoing war, widespread famine, and destroyed infrastructure. This intervention extends Jordan's humanitarian response led by His Majesty King Abdullah to secure essential survival needs for Gazans and ease the deteriorating living crisis after 2 years of war. The United Nations has issued an urgent warning saying that Gaza is now on the brink of mass starvation. In an address to the Security Council, UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres called the situation a horror show. This is what he had to say.
These failures to uphold international obligations are coming at a time of a widening geopolitical divides and conflicts. And the cost is staggering, measured in human lives, shattered communities, and lost futures. We need look no further than the horror show in Gaza, with a level of death and destruction without parallel in recent times. Malnourishment is soaring, starvation is knocking on every door. And now we are seeing the last gasp of a humanitarian system built on humanitarian principles. This system is being denied the conditions to function, denied the space to deliver, denied the safety to save lives. With Israeli military operations intensifying and new displacement orders issued in Deir al-Balah, devastation is being layered upon devastation. I am appalled that UN premises have been struck, among them facilities of the UN Office for Project Services and the World Health Organization, including WHO's main warehouse. This is despite all parties having been informed of the locations of these UN facilities. These premises are inviolable and must be protected under international humanitarian law without exception.
That was the news for tonight. Thank you for watching. Good night.